Each year, one of the privileges of the Riverside Foundation is to award the Samaritan of the Year, and this year is no exception.
Every year we come up with a list of names of potentials for Samaritan of the Year. And it's never easy, but what I would say is each year it seems like there's just a good fit.
We look for people that have been engaged with Riverside over time, that have made deep impacts that not only impact the work that they're doing, but impact people with ripples even beyond that.
They are willing to not only give their money, but their time and invest it into the future so that other people have a better life.
As President and CEO of Riverside Healthcare, it is my honor to announce the 2019 Samaritan of the Year, Harry and Jaymie Simmon.
When I first heard that Harry and Jaymie had been selected as Samaritans of the Year, I had that kind of yes, a nod.
My first thought when I heard Harry and Jaymie were awarded the Samaritan Award was, what took so long? I know the integral role they've played at Riverside, the involvement in the community, and they've invested a tremendous amount of time. I certainly hundreds, if not thousands of hours.
Harry and Jaymie are very powerful. They are like a Hollywood couple. Harry's the leading man, she's the leading lady. The two of them together just are, they make magic. They light up the room.
And whenever Harry or Jaymie enter a room, the chemistry changes.
They're both very unique in their own way. Jaymie is a blue sky, what's out there type of person. Harry is much more analytical, much more direct. Both key contributors to Riverside, but in very, very different ways.
When they commit to something, they commit fully.
They bring energy, they ask questions, but they also listen.
You just feel like you've been with them for 5 minutes, you've known them for a long time.
They have a tendency to bring the best out in people. And they're just fun to be with. They have great stories. Harry has wonderful stories. Some of them, I suppose, are even true.
Harry and Jaymie have been involved with Riverside almost as far back as I can remember.
Well, my first memory of Riverside, or a consciousness of it, was when my parents were helping to raise funds to build it. Back in the 60s, Mom, I'll never forget her knocking on doors for school bond issues and, helping to raise money for Riverside and all of that. So there was a sense of philanthropy, a sense of giving back that I grew up with.
I was on the foundation board in the 1990s for 6 years. It wasn't until the early 2000s when I was first invited to be on the Oakside board that I really began to see what was going on. But when I got in the finance committee, that was pretty lively. We were discussing grand strategy, which interested me, of course, much more. Made me think I was making more of a contribution than I had been able to do in the other meetings. And that really was the spark that, as I say, stole my heart for Riverside at that point.
Both of them are master storytellers. And when they tell those stories, they change the tenor of the work of the group that's in the room. They're able to connect people and things and organizations together.
Harry and Jaymie have made many, many, many contributions to Riverside and the community in general, but one that really comes to mind is development of our current mission statement. That was actually done at Harry and Jaymie's house.
And they helped guide us as a group to tell about Riverside's heart, its soul, its mind.
And we came away with today's mission statement, which I think is a fantastic mission statement and truly a credit to Jaymie and Harry.
And that's not an easy story to convey, but they were able to shape that into words that now I believe have inspired this organization and everyone who works here and benefits from the care and the services here for many, many years.
It's a ripple effect. Generosity ripples throughout a community, and particularly at Riverside. The Nursing Excellence Campaign is a great example where we were able to provide funds for scholarships for nurses to increase their level of education and certification, increasing the level of and quality of care. That means something. That's important to our heart and our soul.
We're humbled and honored by this Samaritan Award. But boy, I gotta tell you, it's when you're in the trenches and somebody like a Bill or Pat or Phil or somebody says, hey, You did good today. Wow, that feels good.
They commit deeply, intentionally, and they commit fully. And I believe that sums up the work of their lives.
Harry and Jaymie, as volunteers for Riverside, have made a tremendous difference in healthcare in Kankakee. I mean, I cannot even imagine what our foundation would be like without either one.
I'm one of the people in the community that can truly say that Harry and Jaymie Simmons' life has made my life better. Certainly I see it around the Riverside table, but I see it with their fingerprints that occur all over our community, all over our county, and we are much, much better because of their work here in our community.
And I think Riverside's particularly blessed to have them part of the Riverside family.
The team at Riverside, who is it? It's Phil and his senior vice presidents, but you know what? It's everybody. It's 3,000 team members. And they're filling slots at all levels of the organization. And that's the kind of team Riverside has put together that has led to those awards and led to its recognition, led to its excellence, and leads to a very gratifying experience for a volunteer.
It's absolutely true, as a donor and a volunteer, that you get more than you give. I've heard people say it. I know it to be true. I am so grateful to Riverside. I've had years and years of experience now as an employee, first of all, and then as a volunteer, to be part of the mix, the energy, the striving toward excellence, the compassion and the caring.
I have gotten a bigger kick when Bill Douglas comes up to me after a board meeting or a finance meeting or an investment meeting and says, "That was a good question." In here, my satisfaction soars because that tells me I'm on the right track in terms of making a contribution.
Just to be part of something that committed, that dedicated, that well run, that is serving its constituents to the utmost of its ability is one of the greatest gifts I could ever receive.